evening, Mr. Giraffe.
Kruger, What We Saw and Where We Saw It, 2023. Hi, we're Chrissy and Gary, and we were back in Kruger in November, driving all the way from Malelane in the south up to Pafuri in the north and back. This time, we're going to show you our sightings in the southern half of the park, between Malelane and Satara. Lions. Let's start with lions. Our first few days in Kruger were wet and windy, and we bumped into this pride who were all cuddled up against a chilly southerly wind. Something caught their attention. We scanned the opposite riverbank and were surprised to see a leopard. Lions and leopards in the same sighting. Thank you, safari gods. However, our spotted friend didn't hang around for very long. Vultures on a carcass is never a common sight in Kruger, and on the S41 we came across his ribcage, which had just about enough on it to attract several species. Hooded, white-backed, and these two huge lappet-faced vultures. These were in fact the only two lappet-faced vultures we saw on the entire trip. One thing's for sure, you can never take vultures for granted. Onto the S100, and we found this couple of impala having a bit of a practice rut. Further down the S100 we came across these guys who had misjudged a bull elephant. Always a tricky encounter. We had our own run-in with this guy on the H5. When those ears start to wobble, it's time to get out of there. But most of the time elephants are placid and just a joy to watch. Just like these guys at the Insamani Dam. When you stop here in the evening, it's the hippos that give you the entertainment. What we weren't expected to find in this area was cheetah, and yet there it was. The big question was, would he go into the bush, or would he find his way up onto the road? Bingo! The cheetah decided to take the H6. He wanted to shout to that car in the distance, "It's behind you!" How slinky is that walk? Shakira says. Hips don't lie. There are few things more enjoyable in Kruger than spending time with a relaxed cat, and the cheetah seemed completely unperturbed as we drove alongside him. A hard sighting to leave, but the gates at Satara were shortly to close. Everybody loves a lilac-breasted roller. On the S130, on our way to Duke's Waterhole, we were able to spend some time with this leopard, which was holed up in a dead tree. The cat was using it as a lookout rather than somewhere to sleep, so we were able to observe it go up and back down again. Everybody gets old, even lions. And this lioness looked like she didn't have very many hunts left in her as she gingerly made her way to get a drink from a small puddle. There were two pieces of behaviour that we wanted to photograph. One, zebra shenanigans, and we were lucky enough on the H5. Gotta scratch that itch. And November is the time for babies. And the second behaviour we wanted was drinking giraffe, which we had to wait quite some time to see. You can tell that they feel vulnerable as they dip down to drink, because there were quite a lot of false starts. But we got there in the end. And then it was just waiting for the question mark. See what I mean? Hiding in plain sight? Not one, but two Vero's eagle owls. And if you're near Lower Sabi, you've got to spend time at Sunset Dam. We could spend hours watching weaver birds build their nests. And then, a piece of Kruger nature magic as we watch the antics of an African harrier hawk. The hawk perched next to the buffalo weaver nests and seemed to be listening to see whether he could find if there was a chick inside. Then, using his specially jointed legs, he jumped onto the nests and started to pick away. It wasn't long before he had a buffalo weaver chick snack. And he didn't just go back for seconds, he went back for sixths. Time for some more lions, all within 10 minutes of Skakuza. During a coffee stop at Mapondo Dam, what should we see on the other side of the water but yet another cheetah? We waited in the hope that the cat would cross the dam. 15 minutes later, we were rewarded. The cheetah was carrying a wound which had been inflicted by another predator, although it didn't seem to hamper it as it moved effortlessly across the top of the dam. The blacksmith's puffers weren't too happy though. We held our breath as the cat came closer and closer, and the next thing we knew it was right next to the car. A truly special sighting. With the final sighting of a male leopard by the Malelane Gate, it was time to say goodbye to southern Kruger. Next time, we'll be north of Satara, all the way up to Pafuri Gate, the kingdom of the Nyala, and an area dominated by elephants. See you then.